Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm TCG Wolf. I'm bringing you guys a deck profile of another version of Spellbooks. Definitely my favorite version of Spellbooks. And this is the Reaper Turbo version. Now, a lot of people don't know there is a different version than just the Kaiku or Priestess version. This is the other version, and I really love it. It's fantastic. And if you know the plays, it's very explosive. So, without further ado, let's go into the deck. I wanted to bring another deck profile for Spellbooks because everyone knows it's my favorite deck. So, yeah, starting out, we have Double Reaper Prophecy. If you don't know the effect, it's a mouthful, but it's amazing. So, Double Reaper Prophecy, main card of the deck. Double Prophecy Destroyer, also amazing. He's the Monster Reborn, where you can banish your spellbooks, special summon from your graveyard. So he works in tandem with the Reaper extremely well. So yeah, I play 2 and 2. I used to play Triple Reaper, but it does clog. So double is amazing for now. Continuing on, I do play the Triple Full of Prophecy. So a lot of people think, why do you play 3? Well, it's to be able to get to it earlier. I've tested it with 2, and 2's okay. But the 3rd, I think, is really needed for consistency. You do run the 4 targets, but you never want to get Destroyer out. You always want to get Reaper, because this guarantees you're getting Reaper's full effect. So it's really good. Foolish Burial is a spellbook, if you guys don't know. And then during the phase, if you have 5 more spellbooks of different names in graveyard, you contribute, especially on a level 5 or higher dark spellcaster. So you always want to get Reaper. It's just really good. So I play 3, always, like 1's usually always a side out, but you know, it's consistency of being able to get out your first turn Reaper or second turn Reaper, you know, because it's fantastic. And then carrying on to do play Triple Lila. This deck is going to look really, really weird to a lot of people who are new to Spellbooks or new to this version of Spellbooks. A lot of people are going to think, wow, he's playing really bad cards, but the Lila is fantastic. First off, I actually played this in Priestess, which is okay, it's not insane, but the Lila is fantastic for backer removal, and the milling is also very important as well. So I play 3, and again, it can always be sided out, whatever you want to do, but I do play 3. I think it's fantastic, and I love Lila. She's definitely my favorite Lightsworn, and she's fantastic. If you guys have have questions about the deck, think it, you know, it doesn't look good, definitely try it out. Give it a try, because I'm infatuated with it. I love Spellbooks, and this version is definitely my favorite. Double Magical Exemplar. Each time a spell is activated, you put 2 counters on her, and once per turn, you can remove any number of spell counters from this card, and then special summon a spellcaster with the numbers removed. So really good. It's a lot of people question her. By the way, I think every deck profile people ask who she is. Her name is Magical Exemplar. So yeah, she's fantastic. She's one of my favorite cards in the deck as well. She allows you to go off. She's just so good. And then carrying on, the last 2 monsters to play in the deck are 2 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. With this version of Reaper, a lot of people are probably questioning it as well. A lot of people think that you need to run 3 in Reaper. That's not true. Actually, the guy who I actually got the idea from played 1, and it's still consistent, because this version does not revolve 1 Magician. I used to run 1 Magician in this, and don't worry, I have the playset. I used to play 1, but the second one there is just for my backbone support if you can't get a monster on board, because obviously you need a monster for Fate, and you need a monster as well for Master, stuff of that nature. So I cut it up to 2. You can always side one out, but this is Reaper, and a lot of people think that, you know, with any spellbook deck you need to run 3. That's not true in this case. You're getting out your big monsters, and Magician's just there to have a monster on board. For spells, I do play Triple Secrets. No explanation there. This is the biggest change, which is it's made me just go insane. Crescent in Reaper was something I never thought I would play. However, I tested it, and it's been insane for getting off your first turn plays. It helps with consistency so much, and I love this card. I think it's fantastic. I think you should any spellbook deck needs to be playing this card nowadays. This card's fantastic. I used to not play it whenever Judgment was around, but you know, now that we don't have Judgment, just consistency is everything. I do continue to play Double Master. Master's, you know, it's good. Some people play 3. I don't like really 3. I think 2's fine. I've been playing this deck for a long time, so, you know, a lot of testing has been done. Double Tower, obviously. Tower's good. Don't need 3, but you definitely need 2. Double Life, this is Reaper. You're getting cards from graveyard all the time, and life is just good in general. It helps you with your plays. And then the weirdest part, which a lot of people don't see coming, is the triple power. A lot of people think that I play 1 to 2 power, but in Reaper you need the consistency of searching and foolish barreling cards, and it's just a very good card in general. You know, getting that 1000 power. I was playing against Fire Fist with Rooster, and he had me like all locked, and I had Destroyer in Grave, and I just like dropped Destroyer, powered for game. It's just so good. Power's like definitely one of my favorite spellbooks, and I've only got 1 ulti, but you know. It's money, so you gotta, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, continue on, I do play the Double Wisdom and the Double Eternity, because I do believe that both these cards need to be at 2 ofs, because back row is heaviest format, and also the Eternity because you are banishing spells. Even though Fate's at 1, you have the Destroyer banishing through Spellbooks as well, so it's good to be able to have the Double Eternity. I think any Spellbook deck needs to be playing Double Eternity, but yeah, Double Wisdom's obviously great as well. And then the 1 Fate, because we only have 1 Fate. I actually kind of like 1 Fate and Reaper a lot, because with 2, like it was obviously amazing, you know, obviously because Double Fate's amazing. But with Reaper, I was actually quite surprised. This deck's still very consistent with the 1 Fate. Fate's fantastic, obviously, there's no real explanation, but the 1's actually fine in Reaper. Now going on to the others, these are like the rogue spells, these aren't the spellbooks, these are Double Reasoning, the Monster Gate, the Dark Hole, and the Charge of the Light Brigade. Those are my 5 tech spells, I guess you could say. And I like them in general, I think they're great. And then the 1 trap card is a card I got an idea from the guy who originally played the deck, was Treacherous Trap Hole. So what happens is if you have no trap cards in your graveyard, you get to target 2 monsters on the field and destroy them. So really cool, amazing card, and it's just, I like it a lot. I find it fantastic. So it's selective destruction, so why would you not play it? And since it's the only trap you run, why would you need to run anything else? But yeah, that was the main deck. 40 cards. I love it. I think it's fantastic how it is. So I'm going to go into extra first, then side. So starting out, we have Levier as my only rank 3. You don't ever really go into rank 3s, but if the situation comes into itself, you know, with life banishing, I guess you can do that. So it's fine. For the 4s, I do run a pretty decent amount of 4s. So we have the Maestroke, the Wolf, the Papilloperative, Dweller, Emerald, Chain, Cowboy, and Pearl. That's the 4s that I run. No really explanation needed. And then for the 6s, since you do run the Reaper and Destroyer, Double Bouncer, 1 Swordbreaker, 1 Force Focus, and if I had to say, first of all, I'd take out a Bouncer for Naruto. And my favorite card in the extra is Gun Launcher. If you guys don't know, it's not once per turn, and you can still attack. This effect is, if I can put it up here, I believe, if you guys can see that, it's you can detach 1 material from this card, then destroy a monster on the field. So it's a free pop 2, and it can still attack. That's insane with Destroyer, because Destroyer can keep coming back, and you just keep popping stuff and keep going off. This card's fantastic. I think it's very underrated, and obviously the Gaia Charger, because you overlay, and you know, you can make it from 24 to 26. Usually that's what you do, but I don't know, I may take this out. Like, it's good, but like, it's not really insane. You know, I never really find myself going into it that much, but it's okay. Gaia Dragon's always good in general. For the side deck, I actually, since I usually do side decks just because a lot of people don't know how to side deck certain decks, and I like to be able to help people out, you know, give them a general, you know, idea. So starting off with the side deck, I've actually really learned that the power of 2 ofs in this meta, being able to, you know, side more cards because you have to cut down a card, there's no problem at all. So I do play double max C. Triple I did not really like because I was like overdrawing it. So double's fine. The only card that I played 3 of is the triple MST, just because you want to be able to pop stuff all the time. You know, really good in general. My favorite card on the side deck is the double Secret Village of the Spellcaster. So what this does is if you control a Spellcaster type monster and your opponent does not, your opponent cannot activate spell cards. So that shutdowns Fire Fist, Dark Worlds, anything that activates spells, and they don't have spellcasters, it's amazing. But if you do not control a spellcaster, you can activate spells. So remember that. But this card is amazing. I think it's fantastic. It shuts down Fire Fist. Like, if you open this into Kree against Fire Fist and you have a monster on board, it's just like, oh my god. I had this guy literally scoop against me before just because I opened it with Decree, and he was just like, oh well, you got me. But yeah, that's majority, and then I do play an Encore. Encore's good. It's okay. It's good against stuff like Ophion and stuff of that nature. Whenever I used to play Evil Swarms, whenever someone would Encore me, I always played a Zen Mains in my extra, but, you know, no one see it coming. Anyways, for the traps, I do play probably my favorite trap card, Eradicator, because you can do it with Reaper and Destroyer and anything that you would make in the extra deck that you would need. I don't think there's really anything in the extra deck that you can target, though. That would be yeah, I have nothing in the extra deck that's 2500, but it doesn't matter. Reaper and Destroyer, you know, you obviously get the Eradicator off, and it's amazing from the mirror match, stuff of that nature. Double Decree is fine. I don't really like triple. I don't know why I open up cards with 2 ofs more than I do 3 ofs sometimes. It's insane. The double Raigeki Break. This is something that I've been testing. And it's cool, but I may go back to Phoenix Wing Blasts. I like it. I like Phoenix Wind. I think it's great. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see. I like Regular Kick Break because it destroys, but Phoenix Wing does do the top deck, and it gets around stuff like Zen Mains and stuff of that nature. So we'll see in the future. And then for the last two, I do play the Double Rivalry because Rivalry is very good. It's a shutdown card, and we all know shutdown cards are good. And yeah, for the tokens, I don't know why I do this, but every time I do a Spellbook profile, for my tokens, I do play the triple Spellbook of Judgment because they're tokens. And I missed the card, but you know the deck was definitely extremely overpowered with the 3. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, I am TCG Wolf. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. This is a very cool version of play. It is my favorite, and it's very explosive. And if you play it right, you should be able to get wins easily. So I've been testing it, and it's been doing fantastic. So yeah, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Until next time, I'm Wolf, and I'm signing out. Take it easy, guys.